Back with more here on Panther Sports Talk with UNI head football coach Mark Farley. Coach, let's talk some defense. A former linebacker yourself, you return Jared Brinkman, who was named the Missouri Valley Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Such an important piece, but he's a guy who continues to work to get better.
Well, that's why Jared's elite at what he does. He's much like Trevor Penny. He's much like the great players, is that he works no matter if he's the starter and separated himself or if he was trying to win the position. So that's why he's good. But Jared will take his game to another level, and he's very consistent and very good. But he will definitely lead our defense.
And he leads that defensive line unit that's got a lot of returners, a lot of really strong guys that can make their presence known. How key will that defensive line be this season, but also in this opener against Iowa State?
Oh, it's critical in the opener. You look at Jared Brinkman, you look at Christian Boyd, you look at Caden Hoftelling, and Tim Butcher. Those guys are going to have to step up. They're going to have to be very, very good in this first game. They're going to get tested in the first game. And then when you got Rice and Bronte out on the edges, it's how can we create some things with those two as well. But at the end of the day, this first game will be the battle in the trenches, that they're going to have to stand up against a very good football team and a great running back.
Your UNI linebackers always having good guys up in front of them. Behind the D-line, Spencer Cuvalier, Bryce Flater played just one game in the spring, but you've got some returners back there at the linebacker spot.
Well, the three that stand out is, one, you've got Cuvalier. Cuvalier was named captain by his team this year, and I thought that was very good of them, but it told a story to me because they looked to him to make some decisions, make the calls, and to be the leader on the football field. The other ones, Riley Van Wy took over for Flater when he got hurt this year and got great game experience and played very well. And then we know Bryce Flater has a 2-year experience and been in the playoffs, so he's got great experience. So we have three really good linebackers that we can roll in there right now. And then Alfonso Key is back as well, and he's out at the nickel position, and he was also named the captain. So those things stood out when your players chose Kuv and Alfonso to be captains.
In the secondary, you've got Benny Sept from Minnesota, transferred in, played this last spring. Austin Evans, you've got Omar Brown. Really, I mean, you've got a lot of guys back, as we talked about, and everybody does around the country, but some playmakers in that secondary.
Well, we have to, and then Austin Evans is a very good football player. Benny Sept is playing very well right now, and Omar. Those guys have a lot of game experience and have a lot of real game experience in big games. And then yet you have other guys like Corby Sanders, who was hurt but came back and played for us and doing a great job, and then Javon Breck, played a lot. So we do have experience there, we do have talent there, and then we'll have to rely on that.
All right, we've got one more segment coming up with UNI head football coach Mark Farley. Right now, an update on the UNI volleyball team.